Hello all you demons and happy Friday! I hope you're all ready to hear some really good scary stories in honor of Lunar New Year. Today we're going to be talking about some haunted locations in China. Buckle up and get ready because we're going to get right into it. This is the story of Wukong Mansion in Shanghai. Our story begins with two brothers who seem to be down on their luck. They're going around trying to find easy ways to make money, so they decide to buy a warehouse. However, unbeknownst to them, there is a ton of paint in this warehouse. Now, this may not sound very important. However, after World War II, paint apparently became really high in price, so these two brothers ended up becoming millionaires overnight. So, as many new billionaires do, they decided to spend their money on ridiculous things, but especially exotic animals such as tigers, peacocks, monkeys, lions, anything you could really name that was exotic, they decided to buy. And of course, as we kind of expected this story to go, these two brothers end up running out of their money. Unfortunately, in the process of them going broke, a lot of these animals were abandoned and neglected to the point where they just died. However, even though these animals passed, they never ended up leaving. Future construction workers in the area have reported being rushed to the hospital with giant animal bites in them with no recording of an animal even being on the premise. One account from a construction worker has said that they've seen shadows of contorted animals on site, and ever since then, construction has just completely halted on the area. Could you imagine you're just like construction working, whatever you do, and then you just see like a tiger's eyes behind you? What are you picking up over here? It's telling me that it's picking up something over here. Go away. Next on our list is Wukong Mansion in Shanghai. This particular mansion was fashioned after the USS Normandy's looming presence and stood extremely tall. As a matter of fact, it was the tallest in the area at the time. This became a very popular place among celebrities. However, when the rule of Mao Zedong came in, things started to hit rock bottom for most celebrities, and they were commonly harassed by people. Unfortunately, this led to a lot of celebrity suicides by jumping off of the top of this building, so much so that the locals ended up renaming it the diving board. Ugh. Some of the images show how haunting it must have been for these celebrities to be walking through the halls during their last moments. Up next is the Caobao Station in Shanghai. What's up with Shanghai? Why are there so many ghosts in Shanghai? What's wrong? If the idea of being alone in an old abandoned subway station at night isn't scary enough for you, just wait till you hear this. This particular subway was built next to a mortuary, and big surprise, people have reported seeing ghosts. Who would have thought? One spirit in particular is said to be a little girl who wears red and walks around the platforms. Also, the sound of a woman's laughter can be heard echoing throughout the train station when nobody's around. But wait, there's more. One account states that a passenger was dragged off the platform by an otherworldly creature and thrown in front of an oncoming train. You will never catch me at an abandoned subway or train station because anytime I go over there, I just think of the American Werewolf in London scene where that guy is running from the werewolf in the abandoned subway in London. No. Next is the Museum of Coastal Defense located in Hong Kong. This old fort was used all the way up until the time of Japanese occupation in China. These long dark hallways are said to house the spirits of soldiers who died there. In the dead of night, screaming is said to echo through the halls of this old abandoned military base. Many people who have worked there have reported the ghost of a long dark-haired woman who floats across the grounds. Up next is Tuen Mun Road in Hong Kong. Now, here's a weird paradox for you. This road is actually said to be haunted by each of the ghosts that have died while driving on that road, whether it be through a crash or swerving into another car. However, these ghosts are said to be the cause of most of the accidents on this road. It's said that a spirit will cross an unsuspecting driver, causing them to swerve off the side of the road or crash their car, killing them. In the past 35 years, hundreds of people have lost their life driving on this road. Many people say that it could have been due to the construction of the road and how it was formed. However, others think that it could be because of vengeful spirits who are envious of those who are living. Up next is one that you all might be familiar with, the Great Wall of China in Beijing. Surprise, surprise, this is actually a haunted location. Some rumors say that the corpses of enemies were actually placed into the wall during its construction as a way of disgracing them. I'm sure this is an explanation for why so many locals and tourists have actually said that they've seen ghosts walking along the wall or even heard distant marching from where they were standing. Strangely enough, it's pretty reminiscent of the Paris catacombs now that I think about it, except, it's not so much emphasized. Next up is the High Street Community Center located in, you guessed it, Hong Kong again. In 1892, the High Street Community Center was actually used as an asylum. This gave it its history of torture, tainting the grounds and attracting hateful spirits. At night, people have heard the hollow, disembodied cries of women throughout the halls. Stronger apparitions have been seen decapitated or even just straight up on fire. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that I haven't heard more accounts of ghosts that are on fire or decapitated or something special like that in a lot of ghost stories. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, please consider leaving a subscription for more content like this. And I want you to comment down below if you have any good scary locations that you know of that you might want to hear in a future video. As always, stay spooky. Bye bye.